few years ago, I attempted to run a 100-mile ultra marathon. And as you might imagine, I'm not a super duper runner. I do hike occasionally, but that's a far cry from doing some half marathon or a 35-mile ultra marathon that got my feet wet into the world of ultra marathoning. But nevertheless, I was going to give it a try. Now, my buddy had a bachelor party in Las Vegas. Work things were a little bit more busy, so I didn't have a ton of time to train. So as a result of not having a ton of time to train and engaging in some behaviors that may not have been most conducive to physical fitness, how confident do you think I was when I showed up to the starting line? Yeah, not very confident at all. And how could I have been? First off, I've never ran, walked, jogged 100 miles before. So right off the bat, this is something that's going to be new territory for me. Two, I didn't feel very trained. I didn't feel ready. My training was in fact kind of sacrificed in a lot of ways. So if you look at it that way, it would be impossible for somebody to feel confident in that type of situation based on that history. And so this next section, known as courage, speaks to the reality that the antidote for when we're not feeling confident, and folks, there's going to be situations where we do not feel confident. It happens. No matter how much self-growth and development you do, there still may be some aspects that linger based on your history that you have a really tough time feeling confident about. I'm with you. I'm with you. But the antidote to that is courage. Courage. And courage is the ability to cope with physical or psychological pain and challenges. The ability to cope with physical or psychological pain and challenges. So though we know it's going to be difficult, we're not sure what the outcome is going to be. I don't even know if I'm capable of doing what I'm about to put myself into. Courage gets us to the starting line to at least fucking try. And that's what's important, to try. So we can't always be confident, but if we engage in life in only the things that we feel confident in, probably not going to get a lot done. Probably not going to get a lot done. So we need courage. Got to have courage. And so in this section, the 2 additional modules with the strategies and the tactics of how we can leverage courage to a little bit more of an effective capacity is, first off, learning how to get more comfortable with the uncomfortable. And that is a developable skill, kind of like exercising a muscle. You can develop the skill of getting more comfortable with the uncomfortable by putting yourselves in awkward, challenging, or conflicted situations to build that resilience muscle up. And then the second piece of that is sometimes there's fear that emerges that produces mental blocks that get in the way of us being able to perform in the way that we want to perform. So we also need to learn how to be aware of that fear with courage and take a little inventory of where it comes from in order to most effectively address those mental blocks. So 2 things as it comes to courage: learning how to be more comfortable with the uncomfortable, and learning how to address mental blocks by figuring out what's causing them and being courageous enough to do both. Let's go be courageous now.